Hello, welcome, and Merry Holidays to everyone. This is the very special Slab Lounge, hosted by the three Kwamis. Pay no attention to the Halloween logo. It's hosted by Doug Amendon, Kevin Bradley, and of course, Robert Haywood. Today's Slab Lounge episode is brought to you by polar bears, because they need some loving, since Coca-Cola cut them off from the money. They don't have a contract with Coca-Cola anymore. And my my slippers, because my God, slippers are so comfortable when you don't want to fucking go barefoot. And what better way to celebrate the snow? You know what I just realized? I'm like, I was just sort of like, let me put the beef footage of Spec Ops Allied. But I'm like, wait a minute. I just realized, let it snow. What better way to convey Christmas than with a dry, arid desert climate? Oh, God. Merry Holidays, everybody. What? If you say Merry Christmas, then you just...
Merry Christmas from 2045. This is your future.
Pretty much. Oh, God, yeah. Oh, Jesus. So, out of curiosity, what are you two gonna do on your 25th? Seeing as how Christmas is, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. In fact, I might go out tonight if the bars are willing. Well, depends, because, yeah. I was actually kind of half expecting her to reply a lot earlier. Anyway, yeah. So, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do tomorrow, but, what are you guys gonna do tomorrow?
I don't have any initial plans.
Yeah, me neither. I just which is weird. You always have the schemes. You always have plans, especially with Jim.
It's one of the few times that I actually get a good 3 days off in a row. So one of those days is going to be me unconscious just because I can.
Understandable.
I just decided which day that is.
Fair enough. What about you, Bobbert?
I'm not doing anything. We've been off from work since, Wednesday.
Really?
Got my bonus. I mean,
Wow,
I'm having some Chinese food. I've been buying. I rebought Diablo 2, the remaster resurrected, so I'm gonna be.
Oh God, I heard it was all types of terrible.
Yeah, I'm ready for some punishment this Christmas. Die hard.
Well, I already brought my Christmas present, in the form of the Ninja Gaiden Master Collection. I did not expect that at all. I was just because when I was looking through the Steam store, right? I don't know what made me look through the Steam store. It was on the day, me and Captain, we were getting ready to play another, I was gonna do another episode of GTA San Andreas, because I was just pissed off at how Take-Two handled the GTA Definitive Edition. I wasn't gonna buy it because I already had the PC version of all the GTAs, but when I saw the end result, I was so angry. So I was gonna install mods and shit just as a big fuck you to Take-Two. But then on the corner of my eye, I see the Master Collection for $50, and it has added game modes in all three Ninja Gaidens. I'm like, oh, I like Ninja Gaiden 1 and 2. Fuck Razor's Edge, that game sucks, but good. But it does. I don't care if you have a cyborg dinosaur in there. Fuck Ninja Gaiden 3, it's terrible.
Are you sure that this didn't trap you? Because, I was on the eShop going through all shit. I'm like, yeah, there's a lot of collections. There's a lot of nostalgia. They notice the time when you start thinking back and you just start typing in these old series hoping it shows up, and they're like, gotcha, motherfucker. Oh, 15% off? Oh yeah, these fuckers are gonna get it. It's like that meme that had the KFC. Come get it, you fat fucks.
Come get it, you fat fucks. I don't want to say it's nostalgia, because granted, okay, Ninja Gaiden's old, but No More Heroes 1 and 2, that's on PC now. And both of them started on the Wii. Granted, the Wii's,
But you hear yourself talking about it. They don't need you fully in it. They just need you to have a little bit just a little bit. And as soon as you see it on there, if you have the money and it's a collection and it's reasonably priced and they have a percent off, you're like, oh well, all the other ones suck or whatever, but this one, yeah, I can go back and either you liked it or you want to see if it held up. Either way, they got your fucking money.
I can kind of see your logic. The only way that would be like a true testament, because the only way that could be a true testament.
Did you not pay for it? Did you not pay for
Well,
it?
no. What I mean by that is the only way you can like seal that kind of a deal with me is if like they finally just shut up and come out with Beautiful Fucking Joe, because that is the definition of nostalgia for me, considering how.
Yeah. See, and once again, they already got you hooked. You're already future writing their projects for the future already. They're not doing shit. This is Hollywood's go-to game crew. It's like, hey, what's this one guy saying on Reddit or the Slab round? Okay, fuck it, we got some money. All right, we can do this.
Well,
nowadays they got the better shit. It's like, let's just redo it. People have said when they want the reboot, they want exactly the same shit, just with up-to-date graphics. So easy. It's like, it's the same exact story. It's like when they turn a book into a movie. Well, we got the script. How do we keep fucking up? Well, maybe we stop not going from the book and stop adding our own shit.
Well, that's Game of Thrones. That's literally Game of Thrones, though.
Yeah, it's all about creative ego. It's all about people with egos saying, yeah, I know this is great and it's inspired me, but although I'm trying to say it was perfect, I'm also saying it wasn't, and this is what I would do, X, Y, Z.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. I can. Yeah. I'm not gonna argue that. So, that said, let's try to get fucking what's it called? Let's have, I don't know, shit. Santa just be like, God damn it! How the hell did he meet Mrs. Claus? I know we talked about this, but like we have to like.
He groomed her. It was Jeffrey Epstein, but
oh God! Why would?
It's like that Santa Claus movie with Tim Allen, but with Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh Jesus! Oh right, I remember the Santa Claus. Isn't that when like Tim Allen accidentally kills Santa or something like that?
Yeah, and then they had the second one where they had Martin Short, and then they had the spin-off with Frank Claus and Vince Vaughn. They really milked the shit out of that one.
Yes, yet another reason as to why Vince Vaughn was like, I don't know.
I was just waiting for not Luke Owens, but the other one.
Owen Wilson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the king of B movies, but the king of wow.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Well, to be fair, at least Owen Wilson can still be kind of like, yeah, he still has his moments. He can still be funny. Problem with like, because I was like,
and he is actually a decent actor on all that. Because even watching him on Loki, it was kind of like there was a period of time that I didn't feel like I was watching Owen Wilson. Not in a bad sense. It was a feeling like, oh, you feel like someone who's actually filling the role of the character they're supposed to play, not just this person is being that character.
To be fair, he knows his lane, so he knows how to pick the role. Like he's not trying to do that when Steve Carell was trying to get out funny and was Dan in real life and being sad. Like he wasn't trying to like, hey, or Jim Carrey with the Majestic out of nowhere.
Yeah, that was I liked it, but it was just so abrupt. I was not
out of nowhere. It wasn't a soft thing. It was just like hard left turn. Here we go.
well, I mean, like, it could have been worse. He could have been Vince Vaughn on True Detective. My God, that was, ugh.
Well, to be fair, honestly, if you watch Law and Order: Criminal Intent and that Vincent D'Onofrio, and you watch his failure from being a brilliant guy to this being grumpy old guy that starts shoving people against the wall, it really prepares you for the Vince Vaughn thing. So, yeah.
It's weird that you bring up.
They look the same. Vince D'Onofrio, if you look him up, kind of looks like the fatter uncle of Vince
seeing as that we're talking about Vince Vaughn so goddamn much, might as well talk about like movies that just don't hold up. What I mean by that is, it was like, because I brought this up way back when I was playing Resident Evil 4, and I watched not Stars Counterattack, Dodgeball, Wedding Crashers, and Waiting. What else? Like,
Did you watch Swingers? If you're talking about Vince Vaughn, like, that's the thing that got everyone's into him.
Well, no, I still. Why did I not watch Swingers? Who was in it other than Vince Vaughn? I think I did not.
Did you watch the breakup with Jennifer Aniston and him was sharing that apartment for 4 Christmases with him and Reese Witherspoon? Like, he was basically leaning on strong female actors at the time.
Oh no, I didn't. That wasn't the reason why I didn't. But whatever. Anyway, the point is, like, I was watching. So, but like Dodgeball and Wedding Crashers, those are 2 movies that he's really well remembered for. And I'm watching that. I'm like,
Old school.
oh yeah, well, oh yeah, Old School was another one. He was in Old School, like well, that to be fair, he wasn't the main. He wasn't the main character. Owen Wilson, Luke Wilson was.
Luke Wilson, Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
Young Leah Remini. Young Leah Remini.
And
Before Scientology, I think that's.
Who else?
During Scientology, I'm not sure.
Who the fuck else was it? Frank the Tank. Who's Frank? Why can't I remember the guy's name?
Will Ferrell.
Huh?
Will Ferrell.
Yes, Will Ferrell. There you go. Yeah. No, that's what he wasn't.
And I also had, I think, Fives on Love, the black guy from Couples Retreat, or maybe I'm confusing Couples Retreat.
That I won't comment on because it's been a while since I watched Old School.
Yeah, but the thing is, how do you fail with Jason Bateman, who I love, and then Vince Vaughn, and yeah, I guess the writer was kind of there.
But again, Vince Vaughn wasn't the main character. Like.
No, it was 4 characters together, and they had the wild card with Fives on Love, bringing some young thing on there. It's the typical Hollywood script that you do. That's why they had that game night. Same thing they did with Jason Bateman again. They did that with kind of Identity Thief, kind of mix up Jason Bateman with that Molly chick.
I guess, but like in the end, anyway, let me get back to like why I'm not Vince. Like, because I'm watching Wedding Crashers, right? Number one, that movie's way too goddamn long for that stupid rom-com. I mean, yeah, I get it. They wanted to like make sure everyone gets their arc, but like there's certain scenes that just, huh?
They had to set it up, and then Christopher Walken came in. It was all like, well, we need this for a while, and then.
Yeah, but like they dropped like the unfaithful wife plot point and the one kid who really wanted Vince Vaughn's character plot point for no reason, and they just focused on the rom-com bullshit. It just was not funny. It doesn't hold up. Neither does Dodgeball. Dodgeball does a better job, but it doesn't hold up at all.
That's more because of the timing of the jokes back then.
Well, that brings me to Waiting, because like with Waiting,
Waiting with the Dan Cook, not Dan.
Yeah, it had Dane Cook.
Yeah,
it had Dane Cook, Ryan Reynolds. Like the only thing.
They were both in it. Are you sure they were both in it?
Yeah. They were.
I was more surprised at that time when they did both be in it. I was like, do you really need both?
Yeah, you can just pay one to be the other. They look the exact same. Right?
But that's not fair. Ryan Reynolds is actually, funnier, and Dane Cook's just overrated.
But at the time, he was
in a sense, a more visual aspect that you were putting in the movie.
Yeah.
If you put the two there, you functionally put what the same character type would be. Personality-wise, they're different.
Yeah.
But visual-wise, you basically put the same person.
Yeah.
Same guy. It's the same thing they did with the Jersey Shore with Mike the Situation and Call It Deep.
What? Okay, but like I still think Waiting holds up because the jokes, they're still funny, they're still great. The only thing I don't like is when they say fag when they kick you in the butt, when they kick you in the butt for looking at looking at each other's nuts. That part's funny, except when they say fag. That's the only thing that doesn't hold up to for me. Like, other than that, the movie's still fantastic. I think it's fucking hilarious.
During that period, though, there's the whole douchey kind of thing on there. Like, if you're gonna go back, all that stuff.
But if you try and act like you love that stuff now, it'll get you canceled.
Yeah, but that's what makes the movie great now, because it makes it even more douchier, and it's more towards Dane Cook's comedy and his persona. And it's like a weird long game approach.
I mean,
it's
He's been waiting on the whole time. You're like, how douchey can I be?
yes, it's consistent. All the other ones is like, but this one is like, yeah, it's on brand.
Well, I guess, but
Also, Ryan Reynolds, well, I guess Ryan Reynolds, if you're looking at him through the views of Deadpool and all that shit, but Dane Cook, yes, it definitely hooks up as a Dane Cook production.
what? I mean, I don't think you could say Dane Cook production with any form of seriousness, considering how he's been. He is a joke thief. I mean, like, I know it was only two.
Well, he just puts shit out there, and it's on brand. Everything you can think about him, truth or false, is on brand with Dane Cook. It's almost like the ultimate troll without trying.
I guess I still think even in his prime, I thought he was overrated though.
It's Dane Cook got together with Carlos Mencia, and they had a kid
Oh,
together.
fuck Carlos Mencia. Oh, fuck him. Mencia is 100% a joke thief. He talks about it in his goddamn routine, and he's like, "Oh, I remix it for a Mexican audience." I'm like, "Fuck you, dude." Even like what's his name? Lee Dan Avedon, Danny Sexbang. He brings it up on Game Grumps. I think he brought it up during their Pokemon Red playthrough, and I'm like, "Thank you for bringing that up, because that guy's a dick. He can eat a dick, all the dicks." And like,
there you go. That's your podcast. Your moderator is Grimace talking with Carlos Mencia and Dane Cook.
oh god.
And then sometimes you hook up your boy Burger Thief.
I'd rather in all honesty, I'd rather have Picard, because like it's
Okay, you gotta work your way up, man. Like, we're talking about people who's out there ready to be grabbed, eager to get into this podcast shit, so they can start stealing shit from other people.
oh fine.
You be explaining the cough button. So this button is here to steal shit. No, it's for the cough. Steal cough.
Okay. Wow, Robert. But like I know we said like to keep things light and fluffy, but one thing I wanted to bring up is like seeing as how like cancel that's a good way of getting canceled. I think we should talk about like what or should I don't know, cancel culture or whatever. But like I don't think we should. What do you think? Like, should we talk about that or no?
I don't mind talking about it. We can try to tackle it as long as we get tackled because we're insignificant, but let's give it a shot, yeah?
Nah, how about this?
It's still not going to change its existence, but maybe at least people understand how dumb it is half the time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's overthinking. The problem is it's just like the same thing. Like, sometimes it depends on the messenger, sometimes the message, but every time, what they say, the pendulum, we always take it goddamn too far. Every fucking time. And it just lessens it for everyone else until it becomes a joke.
Yeah. Yeah. But, like, I will say this much about cancel culture. A lot of people that speak out against cancel culture are themselves in cancel culture. Just ask them about, like, critical race theory. And they will be like, no. And they're right in that cancel culture pool.
Yeah. No, it's a very thin line to try to be like, where you try to argue against cancel culture without canceling who you're arguing against it with. Because you're basically saying, I don't like your opinion, and I don't like your views, so I don't want to hear them.
Yeah.
It's like, well, like in the dot hack world, where in terms of video games, when they had dot hack, you had player killers, and then later they implement the PPKs, which were the player killers, like the ones that go out to kill those people. It's like, yeah, you would think that eventually would happen. That's
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a weird theme, though, also because it's kind of like the people who really kind of get canceled are people who are out there who have stuff to lose, but in a way they don't because they have enough and usually they're going to bounce back for some shit, but it's weird. It's like, hey, here's a bunch of anonymous people taking down because you're in the spotlight. If you were never in the spotlight and you said that shit, 1,000 out of 10, you probably wouldn't, nothing would have happened, you know? So it's like a weird American thing where it's like, oh, your ambition to get higher up, but now you have more to lose in more regards for that. And that's when you get those really dumbass PR statements that everyone hates. Everyone says not good enough, or everyone's like it's a fake apology because it's like, well, yeah, but what the fuck are you supposed to do? Because through trial and error, you really only have one way to get through this, and no one's gonna be happy.
Yeah.
usually when it kicks off, it's someone's like, oh, well, we're gonna cancel you. There's only two sides to it. There's no person sitting over here that's being like, I'm only cancel like 8 of your things, or like, no, it's like we hate you completely. Even though I loved you 10 minutes ago, I must hate you. But then it puts it in a weird spot later when you're like, oh, well, because like my issue currently is like I like Marilyn Manson's music, but technically Marilyn Manson himself is currently sitting in the cancel culture bracket. But that music existed in a time frame where he did do the actions he's getting canceled for, but the music wasn't about what he got canceled for. So it's like I want to jam to a song, but then I have to think in context, like, how involved is this song? And that's dumb, because it's just his music. It's not me absorbing all his opinions and everything.
Okay, so that's something that, like, me and Bouncer, because way back before the lockdown hit, there was this watering hole that I visit. It was called Patrick's Bar. They'd have like live music, and I was cool with all the bouncers. Me and this one bouncer, we were actually chatting it up pretty fiercely about like, do you judge the art by the artist? And I was trying to be objective AF, but even then I have to admit, like I'm still a fan of one of Bill Cosby's stand-up routines, and he doesn't include any fucking curse words, but like we know what Bill Cosby is. And then then he was like, yeah, but do you judge that? I'm like, okay, let's turn that around. Louis C.K. People started forgiving him despite the fact of that kind of shit that man's guilty of. Well, that enough time has passed. Okay, let's turn that around. People enjoy Michael Jackson's music. Even if it turned out to be false, if I were accused of what Michael did, no school on the fucking face of the earth would want to hire me, even if it was false, because that accusation was there. And they're like, oh well.
People sent their children to Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Like, go, stay a weekend.
Yeah. So okay, but like Doug, that's still alleged. Okay, fine, let's turn that around. And then like, Kevin Hart, he apologized for his comments twice. And they still was jumping down his throat. Oh well, that's that. Okay, let's turn that around. One of the founding members for the Me Too movement, she was actually fucking like a 13-year-old or something like that. Does that mean the Me Too movement's fucked? And like, if that's the case, oh well, Doug, what about what Chappelle said about the trans community? I'm like, dude, that's Chappelle. He does that all the fucking time.
And to be fair, Chappelle has sat there and said he's willing to debate his spot. Nobody
Yeah, he has said that. But like the thing is,
he just wants to turn up. Don't just show up at my place. We'll pick a forum, but people, it's just a hypocrisy. It's a hypocrisy thing where it's like, yeah, there might be eternal truth, but all you have to do is find one false thing to attack someone with, then you beat them over with that. Me personally, I just listen to stuff that I like. If you really like the artist, you're probably gonna still listen to it. If you're on the
Yeah.
edge or you barely listen to it, it's easy to be like, I'm never gonna listen to him because you were never fucking gonna listen to him in the first place. You know?
Yeah.
It was just something to say at the thing if someone asks your opinion. Half the people are bumping, whatever. Like, if you put it on mix, the thing comes on, you're not gonna be like, oh, change the channel. No, you're not. Like, there are some people who are, but majority of people are not.
Exactly. And it's not just that, I mean, like, because one thing, like, I actually did come across, oh, Chappelle's terrible comedian. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? First of all, you know this isn't the first time he went into hot water. He made fun of the Me Too. He made fun of Elizabeth Smart. Like, for those who don't know who Elizabeth Smart is, she was actually kidnapped.
Kidnap chick.
Yeah. And the reason why he was making fun of her was he was literally making a statement. He literally, because he in that same stand-up special, he talked about like this little 7-year-old black girl that got kidnapped, chewed through the ropes, escaped, and got her captors arrested that same day. Elizabeth Smart was kidnapped and taken like 8 miles from where she lived. And Chappelle was all like, yeah, no, I'm not giving her any sympathy. And like, I'm just like, you know? So it's just like, no. So, like,
Well, there's kernels of truth in there because look at what we're still doing now when they did that whole Gabby Petito case where, once again, it brought up the discrepancies in people of color who's gone missing and how much media attention they give compared to, like, this woman. It's the same kind of joke that kind of Dave Chappelle was kind of making. Albeit some people crude and stuff, it's just kind of like, look, you know, if this chick would not fight as hard as she got out here, no one would be looking for her. This other chick, I'm just saying, other people could fight harder, and she gets way more help. And people want to go past that, and then automatically be like, why are you doing that as a victim? It's like, yeah, it's a victim. There's a lot of other victims. But that's the point we're trying to make. We're trying to get people in the conversation.
Because everybody's concentrated on the fact that, like, what it boils down to is when someone's ready to cancel someone, it's because in whatever they said, there's some point of truth that they don't want to deal with. So they just don't want to hear it. That's usually the only reason canceling comes brought up. Because you could say horrible, atrocious things, but if none of them were actually even remotely true, no one would cancel you. No one would
everyone was scoff off.
There's no truth to what you're saying. But the moment that there's something that makes you think, and then you are thinking great about yourself, they go, "Oh, we got to cancel that because I feel terrible about myself now."
yeah, I mean, that's kind of like how I feel. Like, oh, Doug, you should, like, for instance, how do I put this without? Well, no, I know there's no way of like not sounding like a dick, so I'll just sound like a dick. Some of the jokes that I will still make, I will still like criticize people's fucking figure. I will body shame because like it's not because it's easier or petty. It's just like everybody still fucking does it. You can't just get rid of that nonsense. We do it all the fucking time. Like, hell, Trump literally did it, like, on a ton of his speeches, especially when he was making fun of that one journalist who had like a stroke or something, and he couldn't move one of his arms, and, like, people were just laughing at it. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna take that logic, I'm just gonna throw it right back in your face. It's, because at the end of the day, it's still fun to fucking do, whether you like it or not. Ugh.
Well, I think here's the thing, with funny and comedy, what it says is, like, if it's truly funny, even if it's very atrocious, if you're smart enough in how you deliver it and the setup is all the difference on there. Because people should know the form of it is, and you have it precise and it's like well written out. Everyone. Other way, it just looks like you're just being an asshole jerk guy there, just out there hating everyone, you know?
Makes sense. Yeah. And, well,
even if you do hate everyone, I guess that's what you want to do. But I mean, first year of community college could be like, how much do you hate of yourself that you're out there projecting? You know?
Yeah.
Cancel culture is like projections and virtual signaling. Like, this is what we should be. This is who I know I am. Maybe if I cancel these people and get on board there too, I could become the person that my dog thinks I am.
Yeah. That's
Or you could be that person Candace Owens wants you to be.
Oh yeah. The one that says racist doesn't exist, but I sued and got money for that shit. Like, yeah, she's a self-hating black woman. We can do a whole Ruben on that shit.
You know what's weird about her?
Honestly, I think Candace Owens should get with Doja Cat, and like that'll be interesting.
You know what's weird about her? When, like, apparently when her career started out, she was, like, massively on the left. And then, like, she realized, and then when she started speaking out for, like, the right wing, she got, like, a ton more money, so she basically sold out.
Yeah. No, that's you can literally watch through all her promotion during the time frame and see the change. Like, it's a very quick, abrupt change that the moment you can tell when she got switched over to right-wing publicity where she got money, she blew up, and then she never spoke to the left again in a good way remotely.
Yeah.
And see, for that, I wouldn't have an issue with people that leave for money. Like, I get it. Like, if you want to leave for money, that's fine. But let's say, this is what I'm doing. I'm saying this shit for money. Stop trying to be like, nah, this is what I truly believe. No, you did it for money. Like, I'll respect you way more if showing this for like, yeah, I saw the money, I took it. I'm like, I'll clap and like, what can you do? I would do the same exact fucking thing.
Yeah, because I mean, like, even at this point now, they're hosts of different shows and stuff. You know, they're pretty open about why they're doing what they're doing. And it may not make them great in the sense of like, oh, the moral values and stuff, but it's the fact that they know who their audience are. They're being honest about they are with their audience, so they don't have to go through some battle later when they are being themselves.
Yeah.
Or even if they switch sides, their audience is going to understand and just switch sides with them. That's all that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Well, nowadays with podcasts and whatever, all you do is you be like, yeah, well, you know, I don't feel like they're being to our true values, or I feel like they're going off. Now I'm going to make a podcast like The War Room with Steve Bannon, who I saw, by the way, at the fucking Rite Aid off of Governor by UCSD a couple years ago.
Are you sure that wasn't just a regular homeless dude?
You know, that's what I first saw him. I thought that. And he had a Mercedes and everything. And I told my friend, because I went back to school and I went to the bar, and they were like, oh, that might be him because apparently Trump and all them were meeting in La Jolla for some shit. It was some early during the day, and I was like, holy shit, that was him. And I was like, fuck, I was trying to punch that dude. But I'm like, damn. But yeah, he could have been a homeless dude. I don't understand. Like,
No,
Adam
it's
Sandler
so
looks
weird
homeless.
because
My God.
you look at him and you're just like, so you're hanging with Trump. All the other people you see here with Trump, even if they don't like look, I guess you could say better, they at least look like they have money.
Yes.
And then you look at Steve Bannon and you're just like, did you break in? What?
Yeah, right? Oh my god!
Dude, his face, he looks like he has polio. He looks like he's scarlet fever. Like, I don't know. Like, he looks gonna drop over any day. Like,
Just every day just looks like it's an expansion of the hangover from the previous day.
Oh god, yes. You are absolutely right.
dude, and like, I swear to God, he has those Jude Law or those Jude Law cutlass, finger gloves from the Breakfast Club and like a black shirt.
God.
Somewhere.
Okay.
By the way, the Breakfast Club kind of holds up.
Of all the people, he's just always, but because everybody else, I can look at and be like, okay, I kind of get why Trump supports you. Like, even Giuliani, you're like, he was mayor once. Okay, that gets Spanish. What the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
There's anybody you could have grabbed off the streets and made them look better than Bannon.
with Steve Bannon some more, because that guy's fat and he's fucking ugly. I mean, that guy is fugly. First of all, like, have you, how, I do not believe a woman willingly gave themselves to him. That's just impossible. Like, unless money was involved. And even then, I'm pretty sure she had to have a clause that said, it has to be my exact body double who happens to be an illegal immigrant, and Wow, I can't believe we're talking so much politics.
Well, I mean, okay, it's like, okay, what's this? It's kind of, now we're blending cancel culture with this, what I'm about to say. I mean, people like Steve Bannon, people like them, or other people, you know, secretly look around and it's like, how the fuck do these people have families, kids? I mean, yeah, that might not be what you want, but if that is what you want, and you're out here single and shit, you just be kind of like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's kind of messed up when you're like, okay, you know, I don't feel like I'm the worst looking. I'm not a horrible person, but I'm single. And then you look over there at Steve Bannon, and you're like, the fuck? What?
Right?
Really?
It's outside, inside, like, horrible. Because it's like, what's the redeeming qualities? Like, if you took out money and power, what is the redeeming qualities you are selling your friends and family? Like, oh, he's not so bad, he has X, Y, Z. Nothing. Like, what?
Like, I've never heard anything even remotely, like, commendable about him. I've never even heard that, like, he has good taste in food, and that's why he's the size he is. I don't know that.
Right? No redeeming quality. Like, I never even heard, like, you know, even the sad thing is that on all other people, you might even hear, like, they're horrible, but you'll still kind of hear, he's a kind of okay father, or his daughter or something kind of likes him. Never heard anything about on the front that his kids like him or defending him, nothing. Like,
Oh, you want to know something?
Everything going on now. You don't hear shit from the family. No one's like, oh, we support. All right, no. He went into that shit and then he just like walked up there by himself. There was no one there.
no one.
Yeah, they actually have a better sense of self-preservation. Speaking of though, like what's his Barron? I think he straight up says he doesn't like. Yeah, Trump's like losing his shit because Barron won't say he loves Daddy, and I'm just like, well, that makes sense. I mean, you did like because I said it best when I did like a parody interview of Trump. When I did that parody, that second Axios interview, like that was just a parody. He basically said it himself. It's like, can you imagine me having sex? Picture me naked right now. And everybody would just,
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just like, that kid's already screwed up because it's like, not only do you have your mom out there with the softcore porn, it's not an OnlyFans, so you can be like, yeah, but kids are making fun of it, but she's making that OnlyFans money. Nah, it's that old softcore European kind of shit that's slightly sad and slightly like, if I watch this on my phone, is someone gonna come up in a black van and something like that, you know?
I honestly thought you were gonna make it about his face too, because that face is that is a box face.
That's not his fault because he only has so many genetics to inherit from. So
I mean, like, well, that's what I was gonna say. Like, he had to inherit.
He's gonna get more shit from his family because of his last name Trump and what his mom does. Yeah, he'll be in the private schools and all that shit. But you know, when you're in those private schools, everyone has money, and it's just being a race to the top to be the worst asshole. And you can't even be like, my mom's a slut, but hey, she's Cardi B slut, where she was stripper, prostitute, hijacking people, but now she's a hip hop artist. No, like it's.
No, the difference between
It's a sad shame. It's a sad shame of where the money comes. Like, you know.
You know the difference between Michelle Obama and Melania Trump is? See, Melania had plastic surgery, not Michelle Obama. That's all Michelle all the time. Ain't no surgeon touching my bitch. It's true.
My thing would be, if I was Barron, I feel so sad because you're going to turn to your older brother, Don Jr., that fuck, Eric Trump. Giuliani's love child? Like, come on. Like, even Don Trump Jr. look like they get abused. Like, you have no one to turn to. His best thing is making a memoir about it, and like Baron Bears All or something like that, or Baron Bears book. Something about alliteration. He'll become like Tiffany Trump. Like Tiffany Trump still has daddy issues, but
but she validly has reason to have daddy issues because she's basically not even acknowledged until now.
Dude,
she's
showed
been
up
in
4
law
years
school.
ago.
She's been doing everything. She technically has been the least traumatic Trump before recently. So she was never talked about.
She got a lawyer. She got a law degree. She's getting married. Honestly, she just showed up 4 years ago. She's like that transverse guy from Futurama. Like, are we sure she got birthed? Did she birth herself 4 years ago?
Well,
Like,
no, I feel like she was birthed in a regular birth, and that's why Trump doesn't talk about it. It's just some woman over somewhere. She doesn't do anything important, so he doesn't need to brag. All his other ones, there was something important about them, so he had to brag. But this one was like, oh, yeah, I got Tiffany. Okay. And then she wasn't saying she was going to be in politics. She wasn't doing the Ivanka thing. So basically, he just ignored her. And then when she was like, oh, she's a lawyer now? Oh, let me remember I have a dog.
Well, I mean, isn't she from, like, Trump's second marriage or something like that? Because, like, I know...
From her second marriage, everyone knows Donald Trump still in love with Ivanka. If you look at Ivanka and his first wife, who Ivanka came from, he has a type. The problem with Tiffany is her nose. Her other type would be great, but her nose came out like Mrs. Piggy. It looks like a pig's nose. Like...
Ouch! Yeah.
That's it.
To be fair, I don't think Tiffany looks bad.
No, I would smash that all day. I'm just saying for Trump, his type is if Tiffany, her nose was like Ivanka's nose, he would embrace Tiffany like Ivanka. But it's not.
It's that whole aesthetic that he wants to look for. Because technically, that's the whole reason that he avoids his other son. Baron's the closest to looking like him, so he has no issues with Baron being right there. The other two.
Eric, that's why I say Eric looks like Rudy Giuliani. They used to swing at the clubs. That's why everyone says Eric Trump is Rudy Giuliani's kid. Like, if you look at Rudy Giuliani's kid, you look at Eric Trump, like, I mean...
It's the tea.
Well, I mean, like, to be fair, I am trying to spread the worst kind of conspiracies. No, I am. Like, one of the things I've been, like... Because, like, no. What I mean by that is, like, there are those...
Trump is Rudy Giuliani's kid, just like I believe Khloe Kardashian is Hogan's kid.
Well, I'm just, like, along the mindset of, shit, what was I trying to say? Oh, yeah, like, for those who still think, like, the election was stolen, I just straight up say, well, yeah, the election was stolen. He won 2016. That shouldn't have happened. Besides, we all know Trump has sex with his daughter. I mean, that's just a thing. And, like, everybody's just like, how dare you spread that conspiracy? If you're going to believe that fucking conspiracy, I'm going to believe the ones I'm peddling. Fuck you.
I don't believe he does, but I believe he wants to and can't. And that's frustration.
Oh, no.
I think there's been, like, some groping and some other stuff, but I definitely think he wants to, but no.
No, he does.
That's why
I think it's happening. A lot of things will change when it happens. We'll know.
Yeah. I think there's been a lot of other substitutes for, why he can't touch Ivanka. That's exactly why he was hanging around with Jeff Epstein. Like, I'm just saying. Like,
sometimes, well...
That's why Melania got to the point of just slapping his hand away and be like, no, don't touch me with that hand.
Oh,
No.
yeah. Oh,
Ivanka, if you say anything about that family, Ivanka clearly has the most brains of all of this by her shit. Or she's the most evil on that shit. So, I mean...
No, well, to say she has the most brains, that is a very low bar to climb, okay?
That's what I'm saying. But the thing is, that's the most dangerous. It's like if you watch some of these new... Well, I saw this South Park episode lately when Cartman was sitting Heidi, and Heidi got fat. And they were like, she's like Eric Cartman, except he follows through. Ivanka's like Trump, except he follows through.
Okay.
I mean, technically, when she says something, she is already usually active in doing it. Trump says it, and it hasn't even been breathed into existence yet.
Yeah,
and probably
there's
won't be.
wishful thinking.
But, like, if she's bothering to mention it, it's already been in the works. That's usually how she functions.
Well, she has this whole thing where that's the whole reason she got married to Kushner, because of political power. They're doing this
Because
middle
Kushner
shit.
can't do shit on his own.
He can't do shit. She has him by the balls. She got that whole thing, so she has that Jewish anti-Semite wall to back up on. She has him doing all the deals out there. Like, the only thing that's gonna happen is in 2024, beforehand, Trump's probably gonna pass away. Ron DeSantis is gonna run on there, and then Ivanka's.
Oh, I hope Trump dies. I hope Trump dies sooner than that.
Fuck DeSantis, and she's gonna claim that power. Calling it now.
Okay, you can call it now. I just hope he dies sooner than that.
No,
I will not apologize for wanting that man dead.
Deified. People don't understand. At this point, he's just gonna get deified. It's a real situation. Ivanka with DeSantis is gonna be the new power couple. I'm saying it now. Shit's gonna get crazy. We're gonna be Florida West, Florida North.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, like Florida's. Well, that makes sense. Yeah. I mean, it's weird though, considering how retarded Florida is to begin with.
Still has a lot of power. I'm just saying.
I don't even know how. I mean, is it all because of those dumbass old people? Maybe. I mean, like, which is weird because like old people are useless. But then again,
okay. For example, like look at what's happening in Miami. That Miami is so corrupt, all that stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
That shit is just spreading. They don't let it run so rampant. And you know who's dipping a toe in that? DeSantis. Those also dipping a toe in that? Ivanka. And then you know who's also there? Jared Kushner. The gimp suit guy who's out there peeping out and sliding out the Middle East and the Saudi Arabia. And I'm just saying, this shit's all gonna hit the fan 2024.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that.
So, that said,
Oh yeah, also bringing it back full circle, Steve Bannon, what's that, Secretary of Staff, or the second in command there. What's that guy? What's that position?
Chief of Staff?
Yeah. Again, it's a redo. Either that, or he's gonna be with that French guy who's basically Tucker Carlson / Trump together. I think his name is Zeno.
wouldn't it be?
Oh, that dude. Yeah.
You know what? Hey, guys. Let's do something. Let's give a big fuck you, because I swear to God, I'm gonna advertise this to the right wing like a motherfucker. I'm just gonna make sure I try. So like, let's give them one huge fuck you. Let's have Steve Bannon. Let's have him just be.
Huh? Obama.
No. Let's have Steve Bannon having sex with Mitch McConnell. Let's picture this scenario. Let's just do this for a second. Like he's just. Oh fuck yes. Mitch is acting like I'm a little nervous. I don't know. I've never. It's okay. You're with a friend now.
You should just be like, you just have to come out your shell a little.
Yes.
That shell a little bit. It's like the pistachio commercial with Sheldon the turtle.
That's right, McConnell. You're the turtle. It's okay.
Just be like, I'm trying to break the filibuster.
Yeah.
Right now. I'm doing a standing filibuster. That's right. You tell him I'm doing a standing filibuster. That's it.
Oh God, yeah. Your chubby cheeks. Has anyone told you that your chubby cheeks feel like velvet? Yeah, I've been told that by trans. I'm a trans person. I'm not my family doesn't love me. I only had sex with my wife because I had the money. And she did
I don't
most of
know.
the work.
I think the soundtrack should be that, what was that, how Bill gets paid from that schoolhouse junction function.
Oh God! Conjunction, junction. What's your function? Oh.
Where's the pig in the stew? Yeah, see? That's how that, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know about you, but I'm happy with how this is turning out. Oh, come on, Captain. You had some part of you is enjoying this. Oh. Isn't it though? I mean, like, fuck Mitch McConnell. Fuck the right wingers. Standing up for all the dumbest fucking shit right now. Oh. But I am, but like, yeah, you want to talk about some dumb shit. You know the shaman guy that
That QAnon shaman got 4 years.
Yeah, he's trying to get in on the NFT business or whatever. I'm just like, how? First of all, NFT, I still think, huh?
Dude, that guy, the thing, once again, that brings it back. That guy's gonna get out of prison and get so much more pussy. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It's just like, what the fuck? Like, literally, that guy just went in with some fucking fake ass fur, antlers and shit.
And was whining in jail about how he can't eat meat and all this. They had to give him a special diet.
And he can get a show on TLC or some shit with that Love After Lockup or some shit.
Oh God, yeah, that's right.
I mean, right? See, this is the real shit that should be canceled. Dumbass shit, ugly ass people getting money for being dumb. Fuck that shit.
Yeah.
I'm tired of it. I mean, that's the real thing.
Well, I mean, like,
That's still been happening for years.
yeah, it's been happening, dude. Like,
It's been happening. I know, but it's just like, what the fuck? Like, it's
like,
so...
like, white people don't even, like, I really don't mean to say that. Well, no, I do mean to say this, but like, a lot of white people don't know what the fuck they're like. They're into the stupidest fucking shit. Let me put it to you this way: there is like in the area where I live in, because I live in the Gaslamp. There's one gorgeous like chick. She's 100% like real cute. However, number one, she's a junkie. Two, I don't know if that's her boyfriend or what have you. In fact, Captain, remember the last episode of Hotel Dusk that we were doing, and I was like, I hope that scream got captured. Was on the capture.
Yes.
That was her. That was her. That was her. Obviously, some white people are into like some real stupid shit. And like, no, look, I'm not saying like, oh, duh, there aren't any black junkies. Of course, there are black junkies. There are junkies are everywhere. Like people that are just addicted to that kind of shit. But who is it more? Who's attracted to it more? Whiteys. I mean, this is a thing. You gotta like that's just a thing. And what are and their answer to it is so stupid. Just rehab, and rehab doesn't even work 90% of the time. Because one of our buddies, Captain K and I know, I just don't want to out that person, came out of rehab, and he was and he was talking about how like some of the people that were in there, who are of course white, were going to get their next fix after they get out. And I'm just like, wait, that really?
Yeah, they've probably already cycled enough times. They're just like, yeah, I'm just going through this because it's easier.
Yeah. So, yeah. So, and if any of you want to say, Doug's making this about race, I will eat that. I will not care. I will not care one fucking bit, because that is exactly what the times that we live in right now have been doing for the past, like, 4 years.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you got that, but then look at who's making money off of the cover. Everyone's talking about that Hulu shit. What, you or Dope You or about the opioid crisis and shit?
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Like, it's all glorifying. It's like, you notice that they always glorify, like, these kind of things. It's like, hey, look at Middle America, all these other people. Yeah, there's a lot of people on opioids and shit on that. But when you snowfall about the CIA putting crack into the inner city. It's like, yeah, this is cool. Let's have them all shoot it up, reinforcing the stereotypes we know. This other one is like, hey, let's like kind of do like a Judd Apatow type of, let's get these people liking the characters and this shit. Like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah. At least in Friday, they did try to convey a message. It's just a shame that Chris Tucker's character just did not refuse to give up the weed. But then again, I'm not gonna fault it too much because it's weed. It's. I might hate it, but it's not. It doesn't do shit. It's weed, people.
In most occasions, anything involving weed usually is not a drastic thing unless someone's usually being stupid and not on weed at the time, and they're trying to get weed by stupid means.
Yeah.
That's usually, it's never the person who's on it that's doing anything, because usually when you're on it, you don't feel like doing a lot.
Yeah.
Like, you do things, but you pretty much have an idea of what you already want to do.
Yeah. At most, it might be you got hungry, you don't have enough money, so you might be like, I'm just gonna take this candy bar or some shit. Like,
But it's never gonna be like, hey, I'm gonna go over here and rob this pharmaceutical facility.
Nah, you gotta be like on some speed, coke, crack, like, you gotta be on like, I don't care if I die, because you don't feel like you're gonna die. You gotta feel invincible, you know?
Yeah.
Weed does not make you feel invincible. It makes you feel a lot more.
Do it make you feel slow.
Hurt yourself while you're high. See if you don't actually understand what pain is at that moment.
You just feel super slow. You don't feel like you're going too fast, super slow. Like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
That's the thing that's interesting about it, because everybody always wants to act like, oh, weed's so horrible. Like, no, it's literally slowing you down to basically a more enhanced version of your senses. If you go too much, then you're in that, I'm gonna just lay here and die.
Mm-hmm.
But in other situations, you know, all it is everything is now just kind of slower. You can understand stuff more, you can feel it more, you're more in tune with it.
But that's why you don't do shit
out
too.
of yourself. So,
but that's also why you don't do bad shit too, because you have more time to think about it. Like, like, okay, this is not gonna work out. Okay, fuck it.
No one has smoked a joint and then went, I'm gonna go rob this bank. No.
That's impossible.
Stop that from the beginning.
Yeah.
You might already be set up.
Right, you gotta be set up. I'm like, if I smoke a joint, if I'm with someone, I'm like, I smoke a joint, I'm like, oh shit. And if you have another one rolled up, like, nah, like, okay, I'm just chilling. Like, what was that playing? Oh, that's nice. What were you talking about? Yeah, okay. Like, even if you had a plan, you forget about it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then you ask them about the plan.
You don't want to be any type of killer or drug lord and also be constantly on weed. You are going to out yourself so easy.
Yeah. And it's not just that. Like, people assume that being high and being stoned are the same thing. They're kind of different. And then, like, if you're...
Well, high is a catch-all. It's
yeah.
Like being high is a catch-all.
High
like,
is
just
just
treat
the
me, you're
effects that
high.
hit you and you feel different. That's high.
Yeah.
Stoned? No.
If you're stoned, you're lucky. Robin Williams said it best. If you're stoned, you're lucky if you can find your own goddamn feet. Like, if you're stoned, that's it. Like, look, there's high, there's stoned, there's tripping. You don't want to be tripping. If you're tripping, that's bad, because if you tripping on, that's real fucking bad. Because, like, I had a couple of neighbors here that was on.
Nothing that's happening at that time in your mind is planned at all, and there's a question of whether you're actually doing the thing.
Yeah.
So, you rarely ever want to be in that zone.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and if you're tripping, that's why the good thing is you're tripping being in a nice, calm place. Like, you shouldn't be tripping in a place for your bank robbing and you don't know, am I being self-defense? Am I attacking people? Like, what? You decided to go to the bank, start to do acid or some shit? You're tripping halfway in the bank?
Like, those are the people that are weird to me.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, oh, I'm going to go to the grocery store and drop this acid. You're like, why would you do that to everyone in that store?
Oh my God, right?
What person are you?
The only place that's acceptable is Walmart, because I guess we're accepted that now. Or we
I
don't
mean,
get
to be fair,
alcohol.
Walmart's accepted a lot, so.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason.
It'd be a little weird to put parameters now.
Yeah, there's a reason why they have that whole meme of.
They have videos from Walmart with body paint and.
Yeah, it's called "Meanwhile at Walmart." That's a meme. Like it's basically it's socially acceptable because Walmart's that like "Meanwhile at Walmart." Like can't do anything about
Go
that.
to the one in Hemet. The one in Hemet out here is 24 hours. Sometimes for fun, we'll go at 2 o'clock when the tweakers are out there. Like that's.
I remember those days before the pandemic because the ones over by me used to be 24 hours before that.
Yeah, those are interesting Walmarts. Like you can tell the difference in the Walmart. Like, oh my God.
You usually have a time frame that you particularly want to go for particular reasons. If you
Yeah,
want to get groceries, you like go around like 4 or 5 because people are just getting off work but they're not there yet. But if you want to be interested because you're bored, you go shopping at 3 a.m. and don't even have a list and you just wait to see what unfolds in the Walmart.
Yeah, that's literally that's Ralph's. Yeah, guys. Yeah, that's the Ralph's where I live, like next to. I'm like right next to Ralph's. In the fucking mornings, they're just Before the pandemic, Jesus Christ, the people that would just come in during that time is just one of the fucking
Just buying a whole chicken just because.
Hell, Ralph's that we were at had to shut down because like this tweaker or something like that. I don't know what the fuck he was on. He's just coming in. He was all like, yeah, 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 yeah. And he just started smashing up every single fucking display. Me and a buddy of mine, we were just like, we were already just we were on the checkout line. And he was just knocking everything over. And then he finally goes out. I don't know what the fuck happened to him afterward. But then they closed the Ralphs. They let us pay for our shit. And they're like, yeah, get out. And like, you should have seen them. It was just completely
Don't
like,
speak of this ever again.
yeah, so fucked up. So fucked up. But that's yeah. Fucking drugs, dude. I mean, hell, I brought this up too when I was originally playing Condemned before you joined in, Captain. A neighbor, he was on Crystal, and we tried to stop him from jumping off the second story window, and he fucking did that, and like it was bad.
Yeah, that's even if there were things that I would do, weed is about it because most other things, no, I don't need to be that extreme.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need all that extra, and on top of that, I enjoy sleep, and 90% of drugs take you away from sleep.
Yeah.
So it's like, no, I'm usually craving for what few extra hours I can get. Why would I want to stay up more? That just is going to give me more problems. Screw that.
Like I said, I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big fan of weed. I mean, like, I personally don't like it. I voted for its legalization because it's weed. It's weed. It doesn't do anything bad. But like, the only thing I've tried other than that is wax. But that's because a neighbor of mine begged me to try it with him, and I tried it, and I never again, because like
it's an acquired experience.
Ugh.
I mean, I did wax, I did coke. One time you said, see, I did opium, and I tried that shit. I was like, I get why they did that whole opium works. I get that history section.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, the effects
But it
of
was really
opium.
relaxed. But I never got addicted to it because I only tried it like twice. I got it, but it's like, I'll stick with weed and booze, but I can get why other people can switch and a lot of genetics and other tendencies and stuff on there.
Oh
But
no, like
weed,
an opioid makes total sense to me when you realize how it works. Then you're like, yeah, those make sense. Someone would go in there and just be in there for months because there's
you
nothing
feel
you have to
relaxed,
fucking
you melt
worry
to the
about.
thing. It's nice and warm and shit. Like
Mm-hmm. That being said, hey Danny, what did you want for Christmas? What did you want for a Slab Lounge Christmas? I wanted the Slab Lounge. I wanted the three Kwamis to go political and just talk about some heavy shit. And you know what? I am okay with that. Granted, like well, I don't mind. For the record, the reason why I'm like I'd rather keep things light and fluffy is because honestly, it's just easier. I don't mind talking about heavy topics because like life happens and that's something we kind of touched up on when Claw Babies guested on our show, on our podcast a while back. But I don't mind talking about heavy shit. I'd rather do light and fluffy because it's easier. But sometimes some of this shit just needs to be said. In any case, that said, we are coming close to time, so I will tell everybody to like, comment, and subscribe. Happy holidays, and do you want to do like do you guys want to do one for New Year's, or do you want to hold off on that? Like I'm honestly I could go either way with that one.
I'm fine either way on it, because I don't know of any New Year's plans I have set at the moment, at least. So
yeah, but
I have plans for my being on the way, so
oh yeah, no, I hear you. But like, in all honesty, I don't know either because I intend to go out, and there's a good chance I'm gonna be dead that morning. But then again, it is Saturday, so never mind. Anyway, tune in next time for the Slab Lounge. Again, like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video. You have yourselves a happy holidays, and we will see you later on.